Rob Stone and Allie Wagner back here with you. Teams in the tunnel getting set to take the field in Atlanta. U.S. still ranked #1 in the world, set to host the 12th ranked side, the Dutch. Netherlands preparing to host the UEFA Women's European Championships that fires up in July of next year. For the U.S. women, it's kind of a quiet time for them, Allie Wagner, as they get set, kind of the buzzword to reboot. Restart things.
I mean, this was one of my favorite times as a player too, because there's less pressure on you, and these players get to go out and just have fun. And these two moments, usually it's a victory tour, but again, it's not. So these games are fun, and you get a chance to play and really assert your style on the match, because there's not too much coaching, not too much game plan going into it.
See Carly Lloyd right there, the captain tonight, had a part in 7 of the U.S.'s 9 goals in their Thursday night win in Columbus, Ohio, as they took care of Thailand. A much stiffer test tonight, and a lot of joy in the stands in Atlanta, but a lot of those eyeballs are going to be on somebody not in the starting 11. Again, Megan Rapinoe, Thursday night during the national anthem, took a knee. Grant Wall reporting earlier, he does not know what she's going to do. U.S. Soccer certainly not in favor, but they are not going to punish her. Teammates have said it's a distraction. How is Megan Rapinoe going to handle the national anthem tonight in Atlanta? The U.S. and the Dutch getting set as we step aside now for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome singer-songwriter and Atlanta native Riley Beater to sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
So for the third time, and for the second wearing the red, white, and blue, Megan Rapinoe electing to take a knee, Allie, during the national anthem.
Well, if I'm Megan Rapinoe, I'm starting to reevaluate the method in which I'm trying to deliver my message, because if you read every headline, it's about, is she taking a knee? Is she not? What is U.S. Soccer going to do in reaction? And it's not about the message she's trying to deliver. And it's clearly not about the U.S. team and her teammates.
Megan Rapinoe available off the bench for Jill Ellis's side. Let's get it back out live to Atlanta for the call of the game. Mark, Kat, and Tony.
Rob, thank you very much. And before we kick off, we're going to head straight down to the field. Jenny Taft is with United States head coach Jill Ellis.
Jill, as this new cycle begins for the national team, what are the expectations in facing the Netherlands tonight?
Well, I mean, they're a very good team. So, you know, I think for me personally, the next time we get together is going to be where we really kick off and hit reset. So I think it's an opportunity for some players to show against a good opponent, see where we're at.
All right, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys?
Jill Ellis and her team preparing for the kickoff tonight against the Netherlands. They have faced one another before, most recently in 2013. The captains, Mandy Vandenberg and Carly Lloyd for the Netherlands and the United States, respectively. And the center referee from Trinidad and Tobago, Crystal Sobers. Well, for the United States, the test is going to be a much, much more challenging one, as we talked about earlier. 9-0 against Thailand on Thursday night in Columbus. 3-0, 5 minutes in. The Netherlands, a side that is ranked 12th in the world, and they have a lot to prepare for with Euro 2017 on the horizon.
Well, this is the test that you want to see for the United States. With all due respect to Thailand, the Netherlands are a top 15 program. They're looking for the Euros. They're starting to work on their fitness so they peak at the right time. For the United States, this is a reset, just like Jill Ellis said, but it is a time for players to show. And a lot of those players are out here tonight. How do they face against a tough Netherlands team, especially when mentally you're a bit fatigued coming off from 2.5, 3 years of training for the World Cup and Olympics?
Arjen van der Laan is the coach, taking over last summer after the Women's World Cup, a run that saw the Netherlands reach the round of 16. 8 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. And Tony, I thought it was very interesting. Earlier tonight, Carly Lloyd spoke with Jenny Taft, and Kat was just talking about fatigue. But Carly said, despite distractions, despite fatigue, and despite the fact that it's still a long way from the most significant matches as they prepare for the 2019 Women's World Cup, that's still way out on the horizon. But there is still a job that has to be done for all of these players. And we have kicked off. This is a first choice lineup tonight for the Netherlands, of course. And an early touch for Shanice van de Sanden. Dominique Janssen from Arsenal before Carly Lloyd could get a touch, and played back to Sari van Veenendaal. Los Geerts, their normal keeper, their number 1, has 109 caps and started in the World Cup in 2015, 3 of the 4 matches, and the Euros in 2009 and 2013. But Van Veenendaal will start tonight in goal for the Netherlands. We'll see if she plays the full 90 or if Los Geerts gets in for the second half. That's Janssen. Whitney Engen with the touch and absorbs a big collision.
Well, one thing that Coach Arjen van der Laan talked about from the Netherlands was it didn't matter their result tonight. What he wanted to see the most from his players was, do they play with pride? Do they play with passion for their country? And that's going to be a big test for them tonight. He said it didn't matter if it was 3-0, if it was 1-0. They just have to be representing their country in a way that he likes, and they want to keep moving forward for those Euros in 2017.
Given away here, and a back heel by Morgan. And cleared at center back by Vandenberg. And this is going to go past Becky Sauerbrunn, and it's picked up, and here's an early chance on goal, and the Netherlands has scored first. They strike with the goal by Shanice van de Sanden, beating Alyssa Nair off the long ball out of the back.
Yeah, this is a goal that shouldn't happen. This is a veteran defense that just got beat the same way they got beat in Sweden, with one ball that surprised them, that put a player in behind the defense. That can't happen. You saw Van de Sanden's speed, but still, this shouldn't happen. One long clear, take a look here. And then all of a sudden, Klingenberg's caught. Sauerbrunn doesn't have the pace, and a good finish past Alyssa Nair.
And you can also see in your screen there, Whitney Ingen's been dealing with a little bit of a hamstring. She does have that pace, but she's still not able to completely stride and help recover. It was a miss clear from Julie Johnston, and the cover just wasn't there because so many numbers were going forward. So a good early test for the United States to see who those leaders are that you talked about, Tony. Who will come and be that vocal leader and help this team get out of this 1-0 deficit?
Right, and you know, Mark, you started to say something. We didn't have time to talk about it, and Kat said the same thing. These are the games. Every coach wants to win every game, but these are the games where you learn about players. This Dutch team is trending better, and so the U.S. players, even though there's a lot of time, they've got to show their stuff today, along with the players from the Netherlands.
And the United States again in a bit of trouble defensively as Julie Johnston has to clear. This is the complete opposite of the storyline and how the game unfolded on Thursday night in Columbus. Remember, it was the United States grabbing a first-minute goal and 3 in the first 5 minutes. Carly Lloyd, Kristen Press, Heather O'Reilly in her retirement match also scored, and another chance in on goal. And sent over by Lieke Martens for the Netherlands.
What you saw there was a little bit of just a 1-2 at the top of the penalty area, and it beat the U.S. defense, and Martens just put it over the top. She was under some pressure. Alyssa Nair came and closed the angle well, but that's 2 really good looks and 1 goal already for the Netherlands.
When we talked to Mandy Vandenberg yesterday, she talked about how the difference in this new coach from the coach they had in the World Cup was it's more dynamic, more interchanging, more with the ball offensively, and you saw that right there. So many different players and so many different spots on the field. The United States is just going to have to deal with that kind of movement in that attacking area.
We just saw something we expect to see a lot of tonight. You saw Megan Klingenberg really getting forward on that left-hand side for the United States, but lost it over the touchline for a throw for the Netherlands.
Jill Ellis wants Megan Klingenberg to get very high, utilize that width with Lindsay Horan tucking into the midfield a little bit more. And it almost, because of Whitney Ingen and her center back, she's typically a center back, it looks like a 3-back sometimes in that when they're in possession. So it's going to be interesting to see how quickly Klingenberg can get back, especially after that first goal.
Lieke Martens had that shot that went over a moment ago against Alyssa Nair. The goal for Shanice van de Sanden is her 8th internationally for the Netherlands and 28 caps, her 5th this year. Now a chance for the United States on the giveaway at midfield. Alex Morgan rolls it into the box and wide.
And this is it. It's just too many players from the United States that are ball watching. 3 players go to the ball, and only Julie Johnston is a little bit late following the player. And right here is Alex Morgan's chance, and she was just a bit too late in looking up and seeing Van Veenendaal off of her line, because Van Veenendaal was not quick getting back. If Morgan had shot a little bit quicker, she might have caught her and obviously a little bit better executed.
Yeah, I think she was in 2 minds. She wasn't sure if she wanted to pass to Carly Lloyd on Lloyd's run or shoot, and she did something, you know, halfway in between.
Whitney Ingen with the touch. Ingen missed the match Thursday against Thailand, recovering from a hamstring injury that she suffered playing in the NWSL with the Boston Breakers. Engen's 40th cap tonight. Johnston. Pressure for the Netherlands. Long ball out of the back by Engen. Almost played right by the Netherlands to the feet of Carly Lloyd. Now Dominic Janssen picks it up. Tackle off her feet. Well done by Ali Long. 1 back by the Netherlands. Danielle van der Donk. 2nd minute goal. The Netherlands. The Orange Lionesses. Shanice van de Sanden is on the end of this ball coming down the right-hand side. She's the one who scored that 2nd minute goal. After a clean sheet was kept by Ashlyn Harris in goal on Thursday night with 4 saves. And van de Sanden got to the byline. This will fall for Van de Donk. Shot was blocked and picked up by the United States. Here's Sheldon Heath. Sends it out to the left to Lloyd. Carly Lloyd is step over. And Lloyd shoots, forces a save, a rebound, and Van Veenendaal back on top of it. Van Dahl kept it close, Tony.
Yeah, just as the U.S. has to be careful twice now, the U.S. has gotten behind the midfield. Here you see Lloyd taking a shot, good initial save, good follow-up by Tobin Heath, but Van Veenendaal was quick to jump back on it.
You're right, Tony. This game is already so stretched. It's going to be interesting to see if it will remain this way for the full 90. But one of the things that the Netherlands are doing so well with is their pressure. They're pressing that back line, and we saw it against Japan earlier this year. How does the United States respond? It's been a struggle for them, and if the Netherlands can keep it up, it'll be interesting to see if the United States can adjust.
Falls for Miedema from Bayern Munich. Ali Long closed down Van de Donk. Talk about Louis Gertz, the #1 for the Netherlands, having 109 caps, but it's not like Van Veenendaal, who made a big save against Carly Lloyd a moment ago, is without experience. Tonight's her 25th cap. She's 26 years old. She plays at Arsenal. Long. Held it by Lindsey Horan at the halfway line.
And on the other side of the ball, it's a good test for Alyssa Nair. This is really one of the toughest games that she's been a part of against a team like this, where their shots will be crisp, their shots will be well struck. And now that she's gotten scored on, she needs to help lead that back line. She needs to help them adjust. They need to get a better presence from her going forward.
Here's the goal, just again, a long clearance. It beats Klingenberg. Sauerbrunn can't keep up with Van Sandenen, and it's in the back of the net. I think Nair came out, closed the angle, but it was just too well placed.
You can just see the speed from Van de Sanden on that right side. Klingenberg is not a slow player. Neither is Becky Sauerbrunn, but she is flying down that right side. She's a dangerous threat for the Netherlands.
Off the United States restart. Defensive header by Dominic Johnson. Now only as far as Ali Long. Lloyd trying to take it off the feet of Sharita Spitza, who has the most caps of anyone for the Netherlands coming into this match tonight with 121. Too long for Van de Sanden, the goal scorer in the second minute. You guys were just talking about Alyssa Nair a moment ago, and having the early goal scored against her. Jill Ellis said yesterday that for Nair, she's been training well, and all she needs right now, after proving herself in the NWSL, she was Player of the Month back in May with Chicago Red Stars, but what she needs right now is caps. The training has been good. The performance in the league has certainly been very impressive over the course of the 2016 season, but now it's a chance for more caps, as tonight is only her 8th.
All the goalkeepers in the U.S. system, with Hope Solo now at least temporarily, and I think many of us feel more than temporarily out of the picture, need to get caps. Let's see how Alyssa Nair responds to giving up an early goal. I think that's a great opportunity for her now to keep the USA in the game and, you know, give them confidence so that they can even up this game and maybe take a lead.
Ashlyn Harris has 9 caps after her appearance against Thailand on Thursday night. 8 of those are in friendlies. She did play in one of the World Cup qualifiers in the fall of 2014 against Haiti.
And Alyssa Nair needs more caps, but at the same time, she had plenty of opportunities to get them, but they kept playing Hope Solo and starting her in games that didn't necessarily matter, and those are the experiences that they missed out on with Alyssa. Now she's able to get this kind of experience, and she needs to be loud back there. She talked about how she wanted to be more consistent, and she wanted to be louder and more of a presence, and that's going to be key tonight because it is loud here in the Georgia Dome.
Tobin Heath on the right-hand side. Heath was 1v1 against Johnson. Johnson got help defensively. Ball sent across, headed into the box, looking for Carly Lloyd. Flag comes up. Flag is up. The near side assistant referee was on top of it very quickly.
Well, let's take a look. It's flighted in. Somebody gets a head on it, and you can see Lloyd comes from offside position, clearly offside. Even on the second touch, she was still slightly offside. Good call by the assistant referee. But not popular here in the Georgia Dome.
Not in the least. A place, by the way, in 2014 where the United States played and defeated Russia 8-0. And the state of Georgia, as we know, has been very good to the U.S. women's national team. Between the hedges in the 1996 Olympics, Tony, 2 wins, the semifinals and the finals en route to the gold medal.
Yeah, I don't think there were hedges. You mentioned that before. I think they took the hedges out to make the field wide enough. But yeah, fond memories, 20-year anniversary of that 96 Olympic gold medal. I met with Michelle Akers, who lives in just outside of Atlanta today, and that was a wonderful team, and they made me look good, believe me.
And it was controversial for Georgia fans about the hedges. And this is the foul. Vandendonk comes from behind, takes out Tobin Heath before taking out the ball.
th minute. Whitney Ingen ready to restart play after the second foul against the Netherlands here in the opening quarter hour of the match. The long ball sent forward and flicked into the box by Lloyd, looking for Alex Morgan. Van Veenendaal reacts quickly.
Yeah, well done by Mandy Vandenberg, too, to hold Alex Morgan off the ball and allow an easy play for the goalkeeper.
Lindsey Horan rises and wins a header for the United States. Down goes Lloyd, foul given.
Is it a talking to, or is it colorful? Just a talking to Decker this time. Ball's in play.
And here's Morgan. Alex Morgan on her left foot. And played out for a corner. Last touch by the Netherlands. The United States will have their first corner.
I like the quick short corner there. A lot of times the United States is known for setting up, getting their bodies and their targets in there, but they caught the Netherlands off guard.
But right now, Tobin Heath is wide open at the top of the 18.
Morgan Bryan is ready to send in the corner from Van Veenendaal's right.
Every U.S. player except for Tobin Heath is inside the 6.
It's sent out to Heath, right at the top of the 18-yard box. And a shot sent in was blocked by Vandenberg. And way out to play it is Alyssa Nair. Sends it into the box. It's going to fall at the top, and the flag comes up again. Second time that they will be disappointed here at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta.
But I think it is the correct call. But good confidence by Alyssa Nair there, Kat. She had the ball. She didn't just panic, knock it out of bounds. She held it. She delivered in a difficult ball, and the U.S. ended up getting a shot that went in, but it was after a foul was committed. Here's a good look at Alyssa Nair.
Yeah, I liked it. She could have easily played it, the simple pass, but there were so many bodies in there already from the corner kick. She decided to go for it, and without the foul, the United States had a lot of players in and around the ball. But I also like the Netherlands. They've caught the United States twice now offside, and it's their discipline in the back four. Now the United States has to discipline themselves a little bit more, getting back quicker, making sure they're even with the line, and that's a good sign. Because we talked to Coach van der Laan of the Netherlands, and he said that this week they specifically worked on defending, while next week and going forward into the Germany game at the end of October, they're going to work more offensively. So you can tell that they've been working very hard, and it's improving for the Netherlands.
Yeah, and they're happy that Stephanie van der Graat is walking off because she was down for a while. Here's the play.
And that's Allie Long.
Yeah, it wasn't offside. I think it was just a foul.
And it involved, as Tony said, Stephanie van der Graat going down. Her 32nd cap for the Netherlands, 24 years old, as you saw a moment ago. She plays, her club team is Bayern Munich. Just like Viviana Miedema. number 9 for the Netherlands. It just had a brief touch, but Ali Long went over her to win the header. Now Lindsey Horan with the space to Megan Klingenberg. That holding midfielder Ali Long. One touch from Morgan Bryant. Morgan Bryant's from about a 4 to 5 hour drive away from here, by the way, St. Simon's Island, Georgia. Johnson stepped in. Tobin Heath by the touchline. Johnson played it out. Throw now for the United States. Second-minute goal by Shanice van de Sonden for the Netherlands. And that's the difference in the match. Alex Morgan had a chance earlier. Chasing is Sauerbrunn. Bumped off the ball by van de Sonden. Great strength by van de Sonden. Good hold-up play. She works along the edge of the area toward the byline. Cross whipped in. Played away by Klingenberg. Side foot clearance out for a Netherlands throw.
Hey, Kat, that was pretty good 1v1 defending by Sauerbrunn there with a take-on artist like Van Sanderen.
I love it. I love that she kept her feet. She didn't go down. She made sure that Van de Sonden stayed in front of her, didn't bite on any of the moves, and slowed her down and allowed her players to get back in behind.
Foul United States. Ali Long.
I don't like that, Ali Long. Not the foul, the fact that she kicked it back to where the foul was committed. When you're playing against a good team and you kick it back, it could be back in play before you're ready. You leave it where it is, let your team get organized. All you have to do is remember back in the '96 Olympics, the men's team playing Argentina, somebody did that same thing, and before they knew it, Argentina was behind them and it was in the back of the net.
The player that went down for the Netherlands was Daniela van de Donk. Now Mandy Vandenberg floats it right to Alyssa Nair. Routine for Nair on the free kick from Mandy Vandenberg, and it stays with a 1-0 Netherlands lead. And as Alyssa Nair gets a touch, more on the United States keeper tonight from our Jenny Tapp. Jenny?
Well, yesterday in speaking with Alyssa Nair, you know, we had to ask about Hope Solo, how it's been without her, and she said, really, it does feel different. She has a big presence, but either way, I need to focus on myself, know that I need to play well, whether or not Hope Solo is with us or not.
Possession out wide by Carly Lloyd, lost on the right-hand side. Ball went back by the United States, turned over to Ali Long. This high press for the Netherlands is causing problems. Van de Sonden with a back pass to Alyssa Nair. And sweet feet from Nair to deal with that back pass. And the attacking player closing her down, Van de Sonden. And now Alex Morgan does the same to Van Vanendal, the Dutch keeper.
This is a good game.
It's stretched, and the keepers are both having to show off their footwork, Tony.
And both teams are going to goal. It's fun to watch.
Well, we said at the outset, this would be a much different challenge for the United States tonight. All due respect to Thailand, but it would be a much more difficult night for the United States than the 9-0 final scoreline and the Heather O'Reilly retirement night on Thursday in Columbus. Ended with a goal and assist, by the way, for O'Reilly in her 231st and final cap. Lindsey Horan sending it toward the byline. Flag comes up again. Third time, 2 offside. And I believe, Tony, you were right. The other time the flag came up for the AR was the foul by the United States.
But much better from the United States on this left side. Good combination, just a little bit missed time of the run. But that's what Jill Ellis wants to see out there. See the interchanging of positions with Morgan Bryant, Lindsey Horan, and Ali Long. They can rotate extremely easy. And if they can combine well like that, it's going to be very dangerous with those 3.
A starter in all 4 contests in the Olympics. 3 in group in the quarterfinals against Sweden, Morgan Bryant. And Bryant on it for the United States. Lost by Lindsey Horan.
Nice little sequence there by the Dutch.
Building up out of their own half. Lieke Martens now. Dominic Janssen. Johnson and the Netherlands had the final touch. Last time these two nations played, 3-1 friendly The United States, the winners in The Hague in 2013. 2 goals by Kristen Press, 1 by Tobin Heath. All given away by the U.S. in a dangerous area. Nothing comes of it, though. And Whitney Ingen clears it out of the back. Alex Morgan has it taken off her feet by Vandenberg. But the United States still with possession and sending numbers forward. Klingenberg. 1 touch by Lindsey Horan. Big intervention defensively by Vandenbroek for Holland. And a throw coming for the United States.
Again, good defending there by Sauerbrunn.
#115th cap tonight, Becky Sauerbrunn. Had an assist on Crystal Dunn's goal in the second half against Thailand on Thursday night. Controlled here by the United States in midfield. Horan. Out wide to Tobin Heath. Against Janssen, doesn't take her on. Just sends it right to Van Veenendaal and crashing. The top of the 6-yard box in front of the face of goal was Carly Lloyd, but Van Veenendaal hangs on to it, and another opportunity for the United States. They don't cash in.
Yeah, and a nice ball out from Horan to Tobin Heath, and there's so much space for Tobin Heath to work, which is so dangerous for the Netherlands. They need to make sure to get a player out as quickly as possible, because a ball like that is so easy for Tobin Heath to pick out who she wants and just miss Carly Lloyd on that one.
And I was just going to mention Horan's name because I think she needs to come into the game, and she gave a great ball over there after kind of dueling someone for it. This is a great position for her, that attacking midfield position. She can score and she can deliver passes.
Shots, as you saw, are at 3-3. Van de Sande, the goal scorer. Can't get the cross in. Blocked by Klingenberg. 1v2 now for Van de Sande. Klingenberg gets help from Lindsey Horan. Played out, this will be a Netherlands throw right down by the corner flag.
The United States defense has settled in very nicely to this game. They withstood a lot of that pressure. They did give up the goal, but now they're finding where the players are going. They're reading the game well, and they're moving together as a back line.
They got caught on route 1 on that early goal, and that's the difference in the match right now, with the Netherlands on the Van de Sande goal, leading 1-0 against the United States. 25th minute, Mark Followell, Kat Whitehill, Tony DiCicco. Our coverage here on Fox Sports 1 from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. The United States will have friendlies next month against Switzerland. They'll play in Salt Lake City at Rio Tinto Stadium on October 19th, and in Minneapolis at US Bank Field on October 23rd. Van de Sande in the goal. Alyssa Nair out off her line. Gathers it in for the United States. Ball out wide from Ali Long, looking for Klingenberg.
Yeah, just an unforced error there.
Yep. In a calendar year where the United States has played 20 times, winning 17, and drawing 3 times. Obviously, being behind has not happened very often, and trailing for over 20 minutes as they have now certainly has not been a feeling that they have experienced very much here in 2016, nor 2015 for that matter. Again, they are undefeated by FIFA statistics in the calendar year 2016. A match that goes to penalties is recorded by FIFA as a draw for the United States and Sweden in the Olympic quarterfinals. 1-1 after extra time and 4-3 for Sweden on penalties. Hedvig Lindahl for Sweden had 1 big save. Kristen Press with a penalty that went over. Now Carly Lloyd, big collision. Going to play advantage right here though for the United States. The referee Crystal Sobers. Although Lloyd is still down. Got drilled at the halfway line. Out wide to Lindsey Horan from Klingenberg. Looking to whip a ball in. It's blocked. Van Lunteren, the right back, with the defensive touch for the Netherlands. And now the ball played out for a United States throw. It's Carly Lloyd who is on the receiving end of a big collision, as we see here.
Yeah, absolutely. Vandenberg just completely takes Carly Lloyd out. I like the call from the referee to play on. It's just unfortunate that Morgan Bryan slowed it down after she had already called play on, but it would have been a good opportunity for the United States to get out quick.
And let's get more now from Jenny Taft. Jenny.
Well, guys, Jill Ellis very upset with that last call, getting vocal, getting up, talking to the referees. And something to keep in mind, she pulled me aside before the match today, and she said, I have to be really careful with a lot of these players. Some need rest ahead of the NWSL playoffs coming up. One of those players, Crystal Dunn, we're only going to see about 30 to 40 minutes with her. She's got an ankle injury she's still coming back from. So Jill limited on who's available tonight.
Just had two players work back into the lineup with Whitney Engen and Morgan Bryan. A hamstring and concussion were the injuries respectively for those two who missed Thursday night against Thailand. More on that in a moment, but a chance now for the Netherlands. Here comes Lika Martens with a long run and plays a good ball into the box. And coming back defensively, the United States gets a vital touch. And a shot right to Alyssa Nair. Julie Johnston had that touch on that cross that was sent in by Martens.
And Martens stripped Engen on the touchline, but here's Carly Lloyd with a service.
And Carly Lloyd whips it in, and it's cleared right through the middle by the Netherlands. Morgan Bryan. Allie Long back to Julie Johnston.
Well, that's an interesting report from Jenny Taft, is because I see 4 Portland Thorns players on the field right now. So it'd be interesting to see if they get substituted, because they're also in the playoffs.
Portland still has a chance to win the NWSL Shield, by the way, although it's the Washington Spirits to win based on the final week of the season next weekend, with Washington playing away to Chicago Red Stars, who are 3rd in the table in the NWSL and headed to the playoffs. Portland will be away to Sky Blue. Miedema.
Yeah, we haven't called her name very much, Mark, but she's had some good little touches to keep attacks going. That was a run, a diagonal run in behind the U.S. defense. She got the ball and earned a corner.
Well, she's confusing Johnston and Sauerbrunn in there. The communication is going to have to be spot on with them, because her movement is so smart. She delays her run at times you would think that she would go, and she's getting out of the way of other players running into those spots. That's a dynamic movement that Miedema and Vandenberg were talking about yesterday.
You saw the number about Miedema's goal-scoring prowess during the qualifying in Europe for the Women's World Cup in 2015, but the most dangerous attacker tonight for the Netherlands is right in front of Alyssa Nair right now. On that shot you saw, that was Van de Sonk. The corner toward the near post. It was sent in by Spitza, dealt with by the United States. Lindsay Horan wins the header, sprays it out to the near side for the Netherlands, and a throw. Half an hour played at the Georgia Dome. Johnson puts it in play. Here's Miedema. Bumped off the ball by Carly Lloyd. Immediately, though, won back by the Netherlands.
Yeah, Decker with a good tackle there to win it back.
They certainly have not bunkered in after grabbing that early lead. They've had threatening attacks, and they've had a lot of the ball in the first, now 31 minutes.
Pretty even possession-wise.
Spitza. Lloyd looking for the long launch with Van Veenendaal off her line, but Vandenberg, right place, right time, in the way for the Netherlands with the block.
Yeah, she was looking for the World Cup field goal right there.
She was teeing that up. Vandenberg is very lucky that her head got in the way of that one.
And Van Veenendaal as well. Here's Morgan Bryan. Seen it on a couple of occasions tonight. Klingenberg pushing forward at left back, and it's starting to happen now.
Well, when they have the ball, it's not going to be a 4-back. It's basically going to be a 3-back, and it's going to move to like a 3-4-3 or something.
Out wide on the right, Tobin Heath. Slips past Dominic Johnson. Johnson with the recovery tackle, though. Well done. Good defending by Dominic Johnson.
Excellently timed tackle there to not get any foul or penalty kick.
And this is potential trouble here as Van de Sonden racing forward again. And Julie Johnston will clear for a throw.
Well, that was a well-timed tackle because that was a dangerous tackle. You'll see it here. The ball is played in. Great little move by Tobin Heath. And now Janssen recovers, makes the tackle in the penalty area. You got to be spot on, or it's a penalty.
She got it right, Tony. Dominic Johnson, 21 years old. She was part of the Netherlands side that is a reason why people feel like this is a really up-and-coming power. Won the UEFA Under-19s in 2014 for the Netherlands. Dominic Johnson was part of that. Jana Miedema was as well. Miedema was the top scorer, the Golden Boot winner of that tournament.
And there's not a lot of new players from the World Cup roster into this Netherlands team, but it's a new coach.
Van de Sonden, it fell for. Van de Sonden bringing it in. And now it falls for Lieke Martens. And the United States just with numbers. They got it out for a moment, still can't clear it. Spitze chips it from long range. Sliding over to a left, Alyssa Nair.
Well, Spitze couldn't get much on it, and it was a little bit awkward for Alyssa Nair, but she got across her goal. She has good footwork. And I coached her in the 2008 U20 World Cup. She was goalkeeper of that tournament. She has very good athleticism, and you saw it there.
6 clean sheets kept this year, 13 starts for Chicago Red Stars. Noted earlier, she was the league's player of the month back in May. Van Veenendaal came out off her line, well timed by Van der Graag.
Well, just going back to the new coach for the Netherlands and Van der Laan, the players like that they're not so defensive anymore. They have players running forward just like Janssen we were talking about, or in the interchanging. And I think that's the biggest difference moving forward for the Netherlands from the 2015 World Cup, where they did get out of their group, but they didn't feel like they played their best. And that's what's exciting about watching this team. And they want to represent their country proud, because they talked even about how the lack of success from the men's side has allowed them to be more in the limelight a bit with the Euros coming into their country. And now it puts a new focus on women's soccer.
Off Janssen, Tobin Heath. Heath coming in for the right-hand side, headed towards the byline, drags it back, and a shot and a goal for the United States for Carly Lloyd.
Well done by the USA, and Coach Van der Laan said, any mistakes, and we will pay. And there's a mistake by Janssen. Tobin Heath gets in. She delays her pass, and what was best of all is Lloyd delayed her run. So she's wide open, she's able to hammer it, she finds the upper corner. Good goal for the USA.
Well, one thing that Allie Wagner talked about in the studio is Whitney Ingen coming from the back in our offense. And right there, she started that with that ball into Tobin Heath, and she's playing well so far in this new role in this outside back. It'll be interesting to see going forward if she gets out there a little bit of by default is why she's out there, because Kelly O'Hara is not in the group. So it's going to be interesting to see, but so far well done from Whitney Ingen.
Levels the match at 1-1. The goal by Carly Lloyd, her 94th. Coming off a hat trick against Thailand on Thursday. 4 assists along with the 3 goals. And now Carly Lloyd shares top scoring honors in the 2016 calendar year for the United States with Alex Morgan. Both now have 15 goals. Ali Krieger coming on. 37th minute, first change for the United States. Ingen off, Ali Krieger comes on for the U.S.
I don't think that could be a tactical change. Maybe Ingen, feels her hamstring again or something, because she didn't do badly.
Spitze off the layoff from Miedema and brings it wide.
Well, we saw even on the goal at the very beginning of the game that she wasn't able to stride out completely. And if you're not able to do that, you don't have the confidence sprinting back. And with this high pace of a game and how wide open it is, it's tough to keep that going. And Whitney Ingen, she knows her body very well, and she probably was able to communicate with the coaches and talk to them a little bit about how she was feeling.
Krieger played the first half against Thailand on Thursday night and comes on late in the first half for the U.S. Tobin Heath assisting on the Carly Lloyd goal a moment ago. 35th minute goal, her 31st in the last 32 matches. This will be a free kick for the United States. Lloyd dumped to the turf by a Nuke Decker.
And that's the second talking to the ref has had with Decker. Maybe that deserves a yellow card.
Persistent infringement will be under consideration going forward, perhaps for a card for Nuke Decker. But right now, the matter at hand for the United States, Morgan Bryan over this free kick. A little over 35 yards out, sent toward the back post. Lloyd goes down in the box. It will be a goal kick for the Netherlands. 39th minute, 1-1, United States and the Netherlands. Every weekday morning, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp go head-to-head on the day's hottest sports topics. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific. That's only on FS1. Not sure, Kat and Tony. Obviously, the United States didn't expect to come out and have the Netherlands grab the early goal. Dream start for the Netherlands, and it took a little while for the United States, it looked like, to recover from that. But clearly over the last several minutes, as the flag comes up here, over the last several minutes, we've seen a much more purposeful attack out of the United States, and obviously resulting in a goal some 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kat, sorry.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that the high pressure from the Netherlands is not there. The United States has had time and space on the ball. They're able to look up. They're finding their players. We were wondering if the Netherlands could keep it up for the 45 minutes in this half and the full 90, and they can't. Now they have to be smart defensively. They have to adjust a little bit. If they can't keep it up fitness-wise, how can they manage a team like the United States and being overloaded in that midfield with a 4 from the U.S. and a 3 with the Netherlands?
The Netherlands were close to being in the Olympics in Rio earlier this summer. There were 4 teams that played for UEFA's final qualifying spot. That tournament happened in March, and it was Sweden, who ultimately, of course, won the silver medal this summer, who came out of that tournament with that one last spot to represent Europe in the Olympics. The Netherlands finished second in that 4-team tournament.
And they were very disappointed with that.
Lost to Norway, Tony, 4-1. And then the last match was a 1-1 draw against Sweden, when all Sweden needed was a draw to send them through.
But they said they're using that for motivation going forward because they felt they should have been in the Olympics.
And kind of like tonight, they scored an early goal in that 1-1 draw with Sweden. Miedema scored in the 5th minute, but they could not maintain that lead, surrendered an equalizer right before the end of the first half, and that's how the match ended up 1-1. Sauerbrunn forward to Lloyd. Lloyd gives it away in the midfield to Lika Martins. Now back to Ali Long for the United States. Krieger, who came on for Whitney Engen a moment ago. That's her first touch of the ball. United States throw. 95 caps now for Ali Krieger, the 32-year-old. 2 of those caps came in the Olympics, with one of them a start against Colombia, the 2-2 match that ended group play. Yellow banded on, played it out into space on the right-hand side. Van Lunteren, the right back. Sauerbrunn with an intercept, and it fell back to her. And she has it again. Becky Sauerbrunn getting forward. Looking for Morgan. Defended well by the Netherlands. And won back by Miedema. Flag went up, though.
Miedema came from an offside position, but I love when forwards back check, if you will, if we use a hockey term, and kind of mug center midfielders that aren't looking for them.
She probably wants a chance, too, for a touch of the ball, Tony. She has just not had a lot of the ball in the first half for the Netherlands. Now here's Alex Morgan. Alex Morgan going in on goal, sends it across the face of goal. Thought at first she might try to go near post, but instead sends it across the face of goal, and a glorious opportunity to grab the lead does not work out for the United States.
Well, I like the overlapping run from Krieger. It opened a little bit of space for Alex Morgan to move into, and I thought she was going to shoot it as well. Might have even caught Haran a little bit off guard, because if she had just slid into that ball, that would have been a goal.
I think she did shoot it, to be honest with you. She shot it far post, just missed the target. But you saw her strength to hold off the defender there, and that was one of the few times we saw the Netherlands lose their shape in the back. The right backman, Lutheran, was keeping everyone on side.
This is Tobin Heath at her finest, when she can just read players so well. She saw the overlapping run, but she beats two Dutch defenders and finds Alex Morgan on the run. The United States is leaving Tobin Heath out wide a lot, and she's just keeping her heels on the sideline. And it looks like the Netherlands don't really know what to do, when they should go out to her, but they have to close her down because of her technical ability.
Well, I personally thought in the Olympics she came central too much. And when you bring so many players central, you're clogging up the middle for your center forward.
Morgan's gone down. Morgan Bryant just had a touch of the ball and crossed into the back post by the United States. Carly Lloyd chasing, drags it back, looking for Alex Krieger. Allie Krieger had a touch. Back to Julie Johnston.
USA finishing this half on their front foot.
And it was before the goal was scored. It felt like at that point it was just a matter of time. Now a heavy tackle on the aforementioned Tobin Heath. Quick restart. Bryan whips across in. Now sent back by Klingenberg. It was on goal. Floated right down to Sari van Veenendaal, the Netherlands keeper.
Two quick free kicks now for the United States, and they have caught the Netherlands off guard, and they are not ready. They need to be prepared for that. Both of those times have been dangerous and pretty much wide open opportunities.
And I like that. I like put it down and get it in play, because defenses aren't always prepared for the play to continue without everybody running into the penalty area and looking for a long ball.
Headed towards the end of the first half. We'll have a little bit of stoppage time. Let's see how much. 1 minute. Van Veenendaal to Vanderbrot. Alex Morgan close by. Van Veenendaal sent it forward.
Good high pressure by the USA, and basically Netherlands just had to dump it in. Alex Morgan started it, and Lindsey Horan fouled, and I think they should do that more.
Just a little bit of stoppage time remaining here at the end of the first half. While we have a few seconds, a quick thought of what you saw in the first 45 minutes, Kat.
Well, the Netherlands caught the United States off guard, but they've really grown into the game really nice. They've figured out the pockets of space out wide, and they've defended well. They're dropping a little bit quicker, reading those quick counterattacks.
Played out here by the Netherlands for a throw, Tony. First 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think the Netherlands is a good team. They've done well, but you can't think that the USA isn't going to grow into the game and get better and better and better, and that's what the USA has done. Carly Lloyd's been very active. Tobin Heath has been very active, and Alex Morgan has created some problems.
And one last attack with a long throw into the box by Becky Sauerbrunn. Miss hit by Miedema. Poked forward by Vandenberg, and that will do it for the first half at the Georgia Dome. Carly Lloyd from Tobin Heath, the goal for the United States. That matched Shanice van de Sonden, who scored early, second minute. After 45 minutes at the Georgia Dome. Here's the goal by Carly Lloyd. That equalized in the 35th minute. Rob Stone and Allie Krieger back on the other side.